It's like Ren and Stimpy. Watching Cheech and Chong.
Hey, you want to get high?
This is Luke and Lewis, Triple M Modern Digital.
Luke and Lewis for lunch on Triple M Modern Digital. Luke, are you as excited as I am?
Probably not, because yesterday, I'm very excited, but yesterday you finally got your Christmas surprise that I've been organising.
Christmas surprise happened at exactly 3:03 p.m. yesterday, and I got to say, as a result, I think today's show is going to be the best radio show we've ever done, potentially the best radio show in the history of mankind.
You doubted me. You doubted me all week, saying,
Yeah.
I don't think I'll like it. And you're even saying, I don't think I'll be surprised. And even because it was scheduled in, you were worried that you already knew too much. Lewis, answer me this. Were you surprised?
I've been surprised a few times in my life, and I have never been more surprised than that. It's definitely the biggest surprise that I've ever experienced in my life, and I need to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, Lewis's Christmas surprise was a live performance of Goodnight by Reece-mas.
Oh, I just got surprised then. The music playing.
That's right.
This whole
It's
show is full of
Lewis's
surprises.
musical idol. I got him live in the studio. Reece flew down from Sydney to have a chat with us on the show. It's all coming up in today's show. It's going to be a banger, so
stay tuned, guys. More Reece-mas after this. Luke and Lewis for lunch. Luke, it's time to really just continue what is turning out to be the scheduled 3:03 p.m. Christmas surprise Reece-mas show.
yes. So what happened yesterday was I've been teasing it all week to you, and we've been talking about it, for the whole week. I was organising you a scheduled Christmas surprise, and you were kind of doubting me all week because you were spooked that it was actually going to be a surprise that you liked.
Everyone around me that you had told was keeping a really tight lid on it, and every person who knew me and the surprise was like, you're going to love it. It's going to be the best thing ever. And I had no idea what it was, and I was like, how can he come up with something that I would like this much? But man, you came through.
Yes, and we should kind of throw back to how this whole Reece-mas saga began on our show and with us. And because really, we haven't spoken a lot about it on air. It's been mainly on our social media platforms. And the obsession with Rhys and his musical talent began before we even started this show.
Yeah.
Because we were obviously hanging out a lot planning the radio show, and then we just got discussing past X Factor winners, showed Lewis this one song, and immediately we went, this is a track. This is the best song in the world. Yeah,
because we were just thinking, we should follow three people on an Instagram account, my account, your
Tenacious
account.
D were actually speaking about Goodnight by Reece-mas in the song.
Yeah.
That was what the tribute is about.
Yeah, so we followed Reece-mas as a little bit of a joke, and then we started listening to his song, and we were like, no, this is no joke.
No joke.
This song is even gooder than the night he's talking about in that song. It's the best song of all time. And we just started listening to it again and again, pumping ourselves up before the show. But things really...
We also, before we started the show, when we made our Instagram account, I was following my personal Instagram account, Lewis's personal account, and then the only other account we follow on our Instagram was Reece-mas.
Yes.
And just to see if he'd notice us, we wanted him to get him to notice us pretty much.
Yeah, and then he was playing hard to get, which what really made us go, we got to get him to at least, like one of our photos, which... he just did yesterday.
Yeah. And then what happened after that was we were listening to it in our office here at the radio station, and one day...
This is when things got absolutely out of control. One day, Luke was filming me while we were listening to the song. The chorus came up. I was just feeling it. Something overtook my body. I think Rhys was sending a bit of his pop star magic into my body. I just stood up and started doing the official chorus dance.
Which is standing up flat-footed and jumping in the air with one fist pump.
Yes.
Just continually fist pumping to the beat of the song.
Only for the chorus. As soon as the chorus ends, you sit back down.
Yeah, and wait, do we have a bit of the chorus here, Mike? Or
yeah.
I know this is an audio medium, but I felt the urge, just like you felt, to do the fist pump again.
Yeah, so, and when we started doing that, this is the chorus.
And you just fist bump in the beat of the song, right?
Yeah. And when we started doing this, we just posted one video of me doing it, and immediately it resonated with every single listener of the show.
We weren't trying to make it a thing. We just thought it was a fun thing to do on our Instagram stories, and then within a day, we were getting... just heaps and heaps.
Daily
Start off
videos.
with 10 a day, and then by the end, there was one point where I was receiving over 20 to 30 videos a day from you guys just doing the dance back. We got videos of busloads of school kids doing
the official
dance.
chorus dance with the teachers telling them,
Kids
turn
doing
that off,
it,
stop it,
kids
sit
doing
down.
it in class, at their assemblies, people doing it at work, like in their office jobs.
Some guy sent me a video of him climbing to the top of something incredibly dangerous to do it, which I don't recommend, but did amuse me.
We started a race evolution.
Yeah.
A race evolution.
Yeah, so it got absolutely out of hand, and then we just started bringing it on to everywhere we went.
We also celebrated his birthday on the show a few weeks ago, and that's when I knew that this was going to be a good surprise for you. I was like, oh my God, Lewis is so excited about Reese's birthday. I need to get him on the show and give him a surprise. And to illustrate how much... how passionate Lewis was about the surprise. This actually happened on Wednesday after the show, which was the day before your big Christmas surprise. We went and did an interview on community radio.
Giving back to the people.
Yeah.
Well, really, it was more taking advantage of their giant platform compared to ours.
Yeah, because they're on FM. But
they actually get played in cars.
So we went on a community radio station and they actually started playing Reece-mas, and to illustrate how enthusiastic...
We didn't know about this. This was a complete surprise to me.
Yeah, so I knew that Rhys was coming in the next day to the show. Lewis did not, but this was still his reaction when he just got to hear the song.
The song we are playing is one of my favourite songs. It's by Reece-mas.
Oh! Pump it! Oh, my headphones don't work! You're listening to Jake and Lucy for lunch. This is a karaoke version of Reece-mas' Goodnight.
Shut your mouth and let the music speak.
And scene. Well done, everyone.
Yeah, so that's just how excited we get, is even when we go on someone else's show.
I was so glad because I saw your reaction to that and I was like, oh, he's going to love his surprise.
Yeah. That was just a surprise playing.
And still, you
of
had
the
no
song,
idea
and I
that
still went nuts.
in one day you would be meeting the man himself and listening to it live.
Absolutely,
and we then went on to force Jake and Lucy, whose show it was on the community radio show, to play. So it's kind of a radio sin in a way to play the same song twice in a row.
Yeah,
except when it's Goodnight by Reece-mas, and we forced them to play it twice in a row.
And that's us done, sadly. I don't have any sad music to take us out with.
Play Reece-mas again. I double dog dare you.
Do I do it?
The people in the cars want it. Jake's
again.
like, I'm going
their
against
final
every
moment.
radio rule.
Go on,
Wait,
Jake.
do you want to
Last
go
one
out
being
with the best
underage.
song in the world?
Yes.
Answer that.
Okay.
He's done it. Reece-mas one more time. Leave the mics on. We'll sing every word.
I'm being forced against my will. This is Reece-mas on Sin 90.7.
Again. So, as you can see, we just absolutely peer pressured those two to play the same song twice.
Reece Mania was already out of control, and you hadn't even you didn't even know about the surprise yet. So after this, I want to get into what you actually thought the surprise was gonna be.
Yes, this is Luke and Lewis for lunch. Luke, we've been talking all week about the scheduled Christmas surprise that happened at 3:03 p.m. yesterday. You organised for Reece-mas to come into the studio and serenade me with the last ever performance of Goodnight.
Hang on, I organised him for him to sing for you. You interpreted it differently as a serenade.
Well, if you swoon, it's a serenade, and I
Actually,
was swooning.
There, you were swooning. It was, you know what? In parts, it was pretty reciprocated. I feel like you and Rhys actually got along quite well.
I think when I started singing the chorus and doing the backup vocals and also clapping during the build up to the final chorus, I think I saw his heart flutter at least slightly.
Right,
Because
there
he
was
knows all the
there was
words.
more of a twinkle in his eye than before you came in. That's all I'm saying. But so what I did want to ask you, because obviously I was down here with Rhys and stuff. What were you thinking just before the surprise? Did you have any idea of what it was going to be?
Yeah, well, everyone around me was telling me that I was going to love the surprise, and which is quite unusual for things I don't know about on this show. Generally, when I don't know about something, it means, here's an impossible task that will mean you can't read the Scotty Cam book.
Yeah, it's usually a stitch up.
Yeah, I'm going to make you eat hot sauce. Just bullying, basically. So when everyone was telling me that I was going to love it, I was like, either Luke's done something miraculous, or everyone's lying, and it's going to be the worst thing yet. But so I was told that I had to stay on level 2 in the building, and I couldn't go down to level 1, which is just the Triple M rock level. And then I was told that I had to stay in our office. I couldn't even roam around level 2. So I was sitting in the office, and you actually sent people to guard me. Our producer, Maddie, was in the office with me to make sure that I did not leave. And I really had to use the bathroom.
I didn't want to get a Reece sighting right before we were about to
What was he doing? Was he just running around all the levels going, oh, this is sick, what a good night. So I was sitting in our office, and I really had to use the bathroom. So just to distract myself from my need to wee, I thought I would record myself guessing what the surprise was. And I couldn't really come up with anything, but this was my best guess. Okay, so I'm sitting in our office. It is currently 2:27. I have been told that I need to stay in this office until 3:02 p.m. That's when Luke will let me leave and come and see what the surprise is. So I thought, I'm really bored. I'm going to see if I can guess what the surprise is, and we might play this on the show, and if I'm right, I'm a genius. The surprise could be them decorating the studio. I'm just trying to think. Well, an entire level has been locked off to me. I'm not allowed to go downstairs at all. So maybe they're just going to destroy Triple M. Maybe that's the surprise. As long as they leave the modern digital part of Triple M and they just destroy the FM part, I actually have no problem with that. Because I hate cricket. That was my best guess, because everyone was telling me I was going to love it.
You thought we were going to ruin the building because of your distaste for cricket.
Man, if you could give a really big blow to the cricketing industry, that would be almost as good as a live performance from Reece-mas. Somehow you topped it.
And so while you were up there completely speculating in the wrong direction,
fantasizing about the big bash being taken down a peg.
Yeah. So
the medium bash.
You were way off.
Yeah.
You weren't even close. So while you were up there doing that, I was actually down in the studio getting ready with Rhys, and we were just preparing, and let's take a look back at how that went. So we're here with Reece-mas, which is Lewis's Christmas surprise.
Yeah.
His favourite musical artist in Australia.
Is that real?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
And Lewis is about to come down. He has no idea that Rhys is here in the building. And you've agreed to play Lewis's favourite song.
I know, which we talked about.
Yeah.
I don't normally do it, so this is a very big
It's the final ever performance of Goodnight.
It's the closing.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. It's actually more of a gift for me. It's one of those gifts you give people that, like, yeah, you'll totally like it, but it's like family. So, Merry Christmas, Lewis.
Merry Christmas, brah.
Oh, he called me brah. I'm all giddy.
Still swooning. It happened yesterday. Lewis is still love-struck. That's all right. So, it was more of one of those gifts that, like, I was like, yeah, it's totally a gift for Lewis, but I was getting a lot out of it.
Yeah, like, I was, before the surprise,
I was
racking my brains of, whatever this is, I need to top it. And I had heaps of ideas in mind of how I could surprise you in a positive way, but you know what? It's not even worth doing it. I mean, I'm considering not even doing Christmas with my family, because anything I unwrap under the tree is going to be a huge disappointment when compared to Rhys.
Yes.
So Christmas is cancelled in my household.
Yeah, good.
Sorry, Mum.
But Reece-mas is full steam ahead. So
every December 14, Reece-mas at exactly 3 p.m.
Yes, do not celebrate it any earlier or later. It's scheduled every year. It's a scheduled holiday. Now, Lewis, after the break, it's time. It's time for you to be surprised. We're going to take a look back at how the surprise moment went. It was magical to watch. I'm looking forward to it. And also a live performance from Rhys of Keep On Walking, one of the songs before Goodnight. He did perform another song with us.
We've got two songs.
We got treated with two songs.
We've got a new one, and then we've got an old classic, one of the best songs in history. But that is coming up very soon. This is Luke and Lewis for lunch. It's time for the big reveal.
Yes, I had you blindfolded up in our office on level 2, and Maddie, our producer, walked you all through the building blindfolded, which was totally unnecessary.
Completely unnecessary. I mean,
but it was funny.
I had to go down the stairs.
It took you about 10 minutes to come down.
Yeah, it was terrifying. And Maddie was one of the worst guiders. I think you can, in the video we put up on the Luke and Lewis Facebook page, you can hear me as I walk into the studio. I'm at my wit's end. I crack it at her because she walked me into the door. 4.
She walked you into about 3 signs on the way in. But it's
She
time.
was telling me to be careful. It's like, no, I can't see. You're my guide. You're careful. I'm blind.
Yeah. So it was time for the big surprise. Rhys was raiding in here with me in the studio. It cuts in right as when you walk in the room, and then it is all revealed to you. Just brought Lewis into the studio. He's blindfolded. He knows he's in the studio now. I was about to say, he has no idea where he is. He knows exactly where he is. Lewis, look slightly to your left and take off your blindfold.
Okay. Oh,
surprise! Reece-mas.
Holy shit! Oh, dude, best Christmas. That's incredible. Thanks so much for coming in.
No, thanks for having me.
He briefly forgot we were on radio.
Yeah, sorry for swearing, everyone. Wow, this is amazing.
Okay.
Thank you, bro.
We were checking you out the other day. I was stalking you on the Instagram.
Oh, really?
And you followed me last night.
Yes.
And I thought that someone had dropped the ball.
Yeah, I found out when Rhys came in today that you followed him last night on Instagram, and I was like, oh, maybe he knows.
Yeah, I reckon
No.
you got none.
I
I'll follow you back now.
Dude, I had zero idea. Like, I recorded myself guessing what the surprise was.
Yeah, what were you
listened to
guessing?
the whole thing. I don't know. I thought you had redecorated the studio, to be honest. I really underestimated your powers of surprising.
Influence, man.
That's incredible. Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh,
man.
no. Anything for Christmas, mate.
Yeah.
Anything for Christmas.
That's awesome.
Reece-mas now.
Reece-mas.
So yeah, Rhys has agreed to come on the show today, as you already know, but he's also got a second Christmas surprise.
Yes.
He's going to be playing the final ever performance of Goodnight live
man.
on our radio
I heard how
show.
much you like it.
Yes.
I heard the story about dancing in the
Yes.
office.
Yeah.
I don't play this song anymore.
No.
For many reasons.
Yeah.
But for you, one
Man,
more time.
thank you
the
so
curtain
much.
call of Goodnight, as they like to
It's
call
time to give Goodnight a good night.
It is.
That's going to be coming up later on. But first, you're going to sing one of your newer songs,
Yeah, I
Rhys.
am. This is my friend Taylor, by the way.
Hey,
Taylor, welcome to the studio. Taylor's going to come
Taylor's gonna
round
play guitar with
and
me.
take your mic, Lewis.
Yes?
Yes,
Okay.
he's going to be playing
squeeze
the
it?
guitar.
Do you need to sit?
We're just going to listen and enjoy the first part of your gift, Lewis.
If you know the words, Lewis, don't sing. All right, this one's called Keep On Walking. You ready, pal? Let's do it. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now I get a problem looking up the rock bottom and down for too long, I pick up the pieces, I'm ashamed to talk to Jesus, so I walk on. I've been up, I've been down, I've been stumbling all around. I've been high, I've been low. So sing it, if someone feels the same. Sing it loud if you know. Now keep on walking, keep on walking. I'ma walk down a lonely road. Now keep on walking, I ain't just talking. I'ma walk till I get back home. I'm down on my dollars, I spend it on a bottle now. I can't feel. I don't wanna waste it, I can see my life, it's racing away from me. I've been up, I've been down, I've been stumbling all around. I've been high, I've been low. So sing it, if someone feels the same. Sing it loud if you know, yeah. Keep on walking, keep on walking. I'ma walk down along the road. Now keep on walking, I ain't just talking. I'ma walk till I get back home. I've walked on fire, I've walked on glass, I gotta keep on walking. Walked on fire, I've walked on glass, I gotta keep on walking, yeah. I've walked on fire, I've walked on glass, I gotta keep on walking. walked on fire, baby, I walked on glass, and I'ma keep on walking. Keep on walking, keep on walking, I'ma walk down along the road. Now keep on walking, I ain't just talking, I'ma walk till I get back home. Now keep on walking, keep on walking, I'ma walk down that long road. Now keep on walking, I ain't just talking, I'ma walk till I get back home.
There we go. Keep on walking.
Thank you very much. Absolutely worth suiting up for.
Yes. So,
Tell me about this.
yeah. Sorry, I briefly briefed Rhys before we started that. Since today onwards, we wear suits on big occasions on the show. This is our first ever big occasion on the show.
This is almost too big. I should have worn 2 suits.
Yeah, well, I wanted you to look good, man. You were like, why do I need to wear a suit? And I told him it has nothing to do with the surprise, but I just wanted him to look good for it.
You do look real nice.
Except
thank
we
you very
forgot
much.
proper suit shoes, so we're wearing.
Yeah, but I think that's part of the vibe. It's a bit like Entourage kind of vibe.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
we've got our t-shirt and sneakers on.
I'll make sure I
so
do the same thing next time we're in.
Yeah,
wanna mess
brilliant.
around with
Okay,
fate.
cool. We'll suit up next time you're in.
Yeah.
If I come in a suit and you're not wearing suits,
Oh no, we'll be in a suit, Rhys. Don't worry.
We're getting back into the interview with Reece-mas as he came in for my scheduled Christmas surprise at 3:03 p.m. that you organised, Luke.
Yes, organised Rhys to come in. He played 2 songs for us. We just heard "Keep On Walking" there. If you missed it, catch up on the podcast. And now we're going to go back into our chat with him about his new recent music, what he's been up to, just recently.
Listeners, just brace yourselves for some hectic Jimmy Barnes chat.
Yes, we also asked him about his experience with working with the man Jimmy Barnes, and he had a great story to tell. So this is the chat. So, Rhys, before we get into, obviously, the performance of Goodnight,
Yes.
we did want to ask you, actually, next year after your new album, you're dropping a new album next year?
Yeah.
First
it
of
will be
all,
next year.
tell us about that.
Well, I was actually going to try and get it out in November, but just the way everything been working out and the amount of shows we've been doing at the end of the year as well, I wanted to make sure that we get it right, because it's been about 2 years since the last record. And to be totally honest, I'd had a bit of a shit year the year before this, and I just wasn't ready to do anything. And this year, working with the new boys and a new manager and new band and everything, I've just got everything to where I really want it to be.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like I want it to sound. It feels right. I feel happier about everything that's going on, but I didn't want to push it too quickly. So I've been in. We did 4 songs about 2 or 3 months ago, and now that we're pushing the date back, I'm going back in this weekend to do another one. So there'll be 5 songs next year, and then there's a lot of singles to come after that. So it's going to be pretty full on musically for the next couple of years. But I think because
that's
we're
great.
ready now, it makes sense, so we can do it.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's awesome.
And I believe that I've read and I've done my research here,
Oh, yeah?
Rhys.
Where?
I believe you've
Wikipedia?
had that. No, I actually started the forums myself.
Oh,
and
yeah,
got
right,
some discussion going. I believe that you've had the pleasure with working with Jimmy Barnes in the past.
Yes. I worked with his daughter, sang for me, and his daughter's husband actually produced my last full-length record.
Right.
And the family's like ridiculous, and I mean, everybody knows everything really about Jimmy. He's a pretty open book. But yeah, just being able to be in that studio with him, he's got this studio at home that's absolutely amazing. It does feel like being in your own house, and he makes everybody feel so welcome. And just like little things. I had one day where I was trying to sing and I just couldn't do it. Like I was questioning myself. I'd had probably a few too many beers too, and I was like, okay, cool, this is not going down very well. And I got really mad and I threw his microphone.
You threw Jimmy Barnes' microphone.
We didn't. Okay. I hope he's not going to listen to this.
See, this is why I like
But
you, Rhys. That's confidence.
I came out into the living room. They're all sat there having tea and that, and everyone's like, I had a full tantrum, like a kid tantrum.
Yeah.
which are few and far between nowadays. But I still had one, and I was sat there, and everyone's
If there's
like,
any place for a tantrum, it's Jimmy Barnes' house.
Yeah, it's Jimmy Barnes' house, right? That's not where you want to
Most
embarrass yourself.
Australian place to kick a fantasy fit.
And we sat down and they're all having tea and that, and everyone's laughing at me because I've had this tantrum and that, and I'm like, oh, this is brilliant. And he just came sat next to me and he's like, just pretty much, he said, don't be a bitch, just do it. Like you can do it. And just simple things like that. The way he like is around you, it's not how he speaks or what words he uses. It's just who he is as a person. And I think, I went to his book tour and stuff last year and listened to him for ages, and
some of it's heartbreaking and stuff, and it's awful that people have had to go through that. But the person that he's come out the other side now, where he is, especially, I haven't known him. I've only known him since we've been here the last 12 years and that. But he's an incredible dude, and he really has given me a lot of stuff to think about. And sometimes when I'm having a tantrum in the studio, I'll go, "Oh, Barnesy told me just do it."
That's good. I mean, it's good you got some advice instead of a headlock.
Yeah,
really.
that's good. He's never tried to go me.
That last sentence would have to be the most Australian thing I've ever heard in my life. Jimmy Barnes giving you encouragement and then Reece-mas weighing up whether or not he could take him in a fight. Incredible radio. You're very welcome, guys.
Now, up next, I know you guys are all thinking it. We did ask Rhys what his preferred savoury biscuit choice was out of Savoy's or Jatz. It will shock you.
The answer will shock you, and the amount that he cares about it will also won't shock you at all.
That's coming up after this.
It's the time you've been waiting for. We have Reece-mas in the studio with us yesterday. We're interviewing him, and we're about to ask the question that the whole nation wants to know. Does Reece-mas prefer... Don't laugh. This is very important.
I'm not laughing.
Okay, good. Does he prefer...
I was laughing.
Stop laughing. Does he prefer Jatz or Savoy's? This is a big question,
Very
and we're going to
serious.
find out. Also, we're going to be talking about Gympie.
Yeah, we cut to the action when he talked about his recent show at the Gympie Muster.
Which is the second most Australian thing we talked about. The first most Australian thing was having a punch-on with Jimmy Barnes.
That's not what happened.
Here it is.
Yeah, we got New Year's Eve, which is going to be in Gympie. We've done about 5 shows in Gympie this year. Went to the Gympie Muster this year.
Yeah, you've been posting heaps about
They
Gympie.
have a muster.
Yeah, we just keep coming back. No, they had a Gympie Muster was what, like 25,000 people or something?
Wow, how big is Gympie?
Well, this is the thing. You drive in
That's
and you're
more
like,
people.
we're in the wrong place. And then all of a sudden you go over the hill, you're like, oh, right.
Right.
And there's just people camping everywhere. It's probably one of the best things we've ever done. I love doing
That's
that.
awesome.
We know it's going to go off. It'll be
Wow.
Yeah.
a good vibe. And then, next year, obviously, when the record comes out, there'll be a big tour around that. And I'm doing a lot of stuff with this Voices group, which is like a kind of a super group.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've just been flat stick this year, and me and Jed are going to keep our foot down and make sure that we get more and more going and playing more and more places. We're going to go overseas a lot this year as well, hopefully.
Whereabouts?
I'm going to go back to the UK in August for the first time in 12 years.
Wow.
So
Because
that's
you're
gonna
originally from the UK.
Yeah, I'm from a town called Scunthorpe in the UK.
Yeah.
Which isn't the nicest place in the world, but we're going back with my whole family. We don't really get to do the holidays thing, especially because I'm over in Sydney now and they're all in Adelaide and that. And then, hopefully go back to the States again for another round trip there. But yeah, like I was saying before, I think it's just where I am now and what I want to do, and knowing what I want to do and knowing that it's kind of achievable has made me kind of get to that point now where it's like, it's so easy to get stuck in Australia. It's a beautiful country and that, but it is really easy just to focus on, wanting to be just here and do just these things.
It's easy to get in the loop where you just tour around the country heaps of times and then the shows get a little bit bigger, but outside of that, it's almost like a little bit of a bubble.
Yeah, and I mean, even with the radio stations and stuff, with like things like this, it's like having the opportunity to do things that are a little bit different.
Before we get to Goodnight, we have one more very serious question we wanted to throw your way.
Yeah, how
Recently, very serious.
It's very personal as well.
You don't even know what I'm about to ask, but thanks for having my back, man. So, recently on the show, there's been a heavy debate about what's a better savoury biscuit, Savoy's or Jatz. Now, firstly, are you familiar with Savoy's or Jatz biscuits from Arnott's?
You haven't?
all the time out of the cupboard. So.
Yeah, probably.
Like the red packaging?
The Jatz, they're the cheesy ones. They're kind of like...
no, they're just like... Oh, we
You
should
put 'em
have
in
just a
the
plain like a
There's
cracker.
some
if it's
upstairs.
your cupboard, which ones?
No, Savoy.
Yeah, of course.
So
Rhys
you prefer
is a Savoy
Savoy's?
boy.
You're a Savoy boy?
I'll have to go with Savoy.
Good,
I want to
because
make sure
we would have kicked you out.
If you had have said you're a Jatz rat, I probably would have just become a Jatz rat. But I'm really glad you said Savoy boy, because we're proud Savoy boys in the studio. Thank you very much for deciding that once and for all.
That's all good. I don't have like much of opinion on it, to be totally honest. I mean,
But can I just say, I really commend you on your
You know what, man? That's totally fine.
really trying to care about biscuits
most,
here.
most people don't have much of an opinion on it. I'm surprised you even answered.
well, yeah, Savoy, man. Savoy, sure.
There you have it. Thankfully, Reece-mas is a Savoy boy.
Did you see how quickly I was about to jump over on the rats train then? I'm like, oh, if Rhys is a Jatz rat, I'm now a Jatz rat.
Oh, yeah, I don't blame you. If he said Jatz, I would have jumped into the sewers and started scurrying straight away with the other rats because, I think that's perfectly acceptable. Listeners would have followed us. The Savoys that Renee sent us from Arnott's, we would have had to put them in the bin.
Yeah,
But
well, she hasn't sent them yet,
No,
so
well,
hopefully they turn up.
Yeah, well, thankfully, those 100 boxes will be put to use that she sent us.
We would have had to throw them out if Rhys had been a Jatz brat. But after the break is the moment that we've all been waiting for. Reece's live performance, the last ever.
The last ever performance of Goodnight. He's putting it behind him. We brought it out of the depths and infused it within the nation, but it's time to put it to bed. I'm so excited to hear it again. This is Luke and Lewis for lunch. Reece-mas playing Goodnight is up next. I'm excited.
Well, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure the people are too, because Reece-mas came in to chat to us, but mainly to play Goodnight.
A song he says he hasn't played for years, so we were bringing it back for the fans, for the people, mainly for me, but also a little bit for the people.
And honestly, we've done this dance so many times, the official chorus dance during the chorus of Goodnight. To have him in the studio was actually just...
It was surreal.
Strange.
I did the official chorus dance 3 times. There's 3 chori in there. Is that the plural of chorus?
Chori.
It's not. I was doing it, and I was just looking at him trying not to laugh while he sung. I think you guys will notice at the start of Goodnight, his intention was to play an acoustic version of the song, a nice mellow song. But Luke, that was not our intention.
No.
We were there to have a good night at 3:03 p.m. So we pumped up the version. The first verse was quite subdued, but by the end of the song, it was just an absolute.
And also, listen out for our spontaneous backup vocals during the bridge. We took it upon ourselves to give him vocal support.
Yes,
I'm not sure if
because we know the song that well. We've heard it that many times that we knew when the backup vocals came in, when you were supposed to start clapping during the build-up to the final chorus, and he was just baffled by how well we knew the song that he at several times was trying not to
and
laugh.
there was about 10 other people in the studio during this dancing the song with him. So it was a great atmosphere, and this is how the last ever performance of Goodnight by Reece-mas went. When was the last time you actually sang Goodnight? You have to think about it.
Taylor's been playing with me for a year and a bit now, and we've never done Goodnight together.
Right.
Well, now you have to. Now you have
you
the
forget
pleasure.
the words. We've got it.
Oh, this morning I started singing it with him. This morning I'm like, this is questionable. You can jump in there. You know
Don't worry, we will.
Yeah, we've been playing it non-stop.
All right, so are we ready to do it?
Should we do it? Let's
ready to do the last ever performance of Goodnight.
Performance ever. Are you ready, Taylor? I'm always ready.
I'm not.
We're going to do a little bit different, like a little bit nicer version.
Okay.
Acoustic Goodnight.
Acoustic Goodnight.
We're still doing the chorus dance, though.
Yes. You can do the chorus dance.
It is.
Taylor, if I forget the words.
Well, it sounds like these guys have got
these guys have got it covered. All right. Are you ready?
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's kind of fitting that it's beautiful for the last one. It's like the end of like One Tree Hill or something.
I've got my t-shirt and sneakers on, and I want to mess around with fate. It feels so wrong. I'm gonna live it up tonight, forgetting those who dim my light. Let's go back to rock and roll when people just let go and let the music flow. I'm just looking for a good night. Whoa, I'm not looking for the right time, no. What I really want to say to you right now, shut your mouth and let the music speak out loud. I'm just looking for a good night. Yeah. I think you get the picture now. Yeah, I think you know what I'm all about. I've got no time for fools who think they're playing cool. My ears have tuned you out. Let's go back to rock and roll when people just let go and let the music flow. I'm just looking for a good night. I'm not looking for the right time, no. What I really want to say to you right now, shut your mouth and let the music sing out loud. I'm just looking for a good looking for the right time. No, what I really wanna do is shut you up, 'cause all you do is talk the talk, and that's ain't love. Everybody get it up, everybody get it up. Just set yourself, lose control, let the music take hold. Everybody get it up, everybody get it up. It's time that you know how to let it go. Let's go back to rock and roll, where the music just flows and everybody knows. I'm just looking for a good night. Whoa, I'm not looking for the right time. No, what I really wanna say to you right now, shut your mouth and let the music speak out loud. I'm just looking for a good night. Whoa, I'm not looking for the right time. No, what I really wanna do is shut you up, 'cause all you do is talk the talk, and that's enough. I'm just looking for a good night.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the last ever performance, the finale.
What
That's
a vocal
incredible.
talent you guys are.
Thank you so much.
We try, we do try. That's one of the most moving performances I've ever seen in my life.
If you guys
That's
need us
beautiful.
at Broken Hill this weekend, just give us a call, man.
Are you going to be there, Broken Hill?
Pardon? Where is Broken Hill?
Very far away.
Have you got space in the van?
We actually might. We've got one of those, what are they called? Trays. We've got a new tray thing on the back of it.
Oh, we'll just ride on the roof then. We'll be
just
there
right
for
on the
sure.
roof. We'll make sure we get you there.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us,
Oh,
Rhys.
no.
Thank you so much for giving Lewis the Christmas that he deserves,
He
because
did
he's a
deserve
very
it,
good
bro.
friend.
Thank you very
The
much,
love's
man.
real, man. The
Appreciate it.
love's
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rhys.
I'm just looking.
We did it! We got Reece-Maston on our show. The perfect way to end the second last week of our show for the year.
And easily the best Christmas surprise I've ever organised.
oh, it's the best Christmas surprise I've ever received.
You're welcome. I
can't be
told
topped.
you all week. I said you were going to love it, and you loved it.
You were completely correct.
Yep.
I was absolutely surprised, baffled. I didn't see it coming
It
at
was
all.
more of a gift for the listeners in the show, really.
Yes, I mean, everyone's been participating in this
Yes.
for months and months. For the whole time we've had our show, the listeners have been obsessed with this song and with Rhys, and we finally
Rightly
got him
so,
on.
because
Yeah,
it's the best song in the world.
and you know what? When his new album comes out, we're definitely having him back.
Oh, he'll see Luke and Lewis on the pre-order list. We'll order one for the show. Yeah, it'll be Reece-mania once again. Man,
Yep.
Reece-mania just took over the studio. After he left, people in the building were just like,
Oh my God.
literally in a daze after he left. His effect on people was...
Yeah, because he has just become an obsession for our whole team. Our
Yeah.
producer, we got her a gift to say
She
thank
wanted
you.
to ask him out at the end.
Yeah, we got her a gift to
She
say
has a boyfriend.
we got her a gift to say thanks for all her help. We got
Yeah.
her a Reece-Maston snow globe.
Yeah.
She brought it out and he signed it.
Reece signed Merry Reece-mas on my custom the Reece-mas snow globe that we got her. But yeah, I almost called my girlfriend Emily and went, "Hey, if things don't work out for us, Rhys is now about." Look, things were just got out of hand, and
Yeah.
Rhys was there, and. Look, yeah, we're going to have him on the show next because you know what? We also need to hold him up to that. He better wear a suit next time. We didn't actually tell him to, but he did say,
He did
boys,
commit.
next time I'm coming on the show, I'm going to wear a suit. And it's, you know what? And it will be another big occasion, so we'll be looking dapper as ever as well.
Absolutely. I hope you guys enjoyed that. This is Luke and Lewis for lunch. We'll be right back. Well, that brings us to the end of the show, Luke, and what a show it has been.
Well, it's been probably the best show we've ever done.
Absolutely.
And no way was that because of us or our radio talents. It was because Reece-Maston joined us. Your musical idol, my musical idol.
The listener's musical idol.
yes.
Really. We're just trying to spread the word about this guy, and not that we need to. I mean, he's one of Australia's top artists.
Genuinely killing it.
Yeah.
Already said it, as you would have heard. If you missed any of it, if you're just tuning in now, please do catch up on the podcast.
Yeah.
We heard all about what Rhys is doing these days, as well as his performance of Goodnight. The final ever performance. He's letting... So he doesn't play the song anymore, but he brought it back for our
Just for
show.
us, which is just beautiful. I mean, it's a little bit sad, but at the end of the day, I'm really happy because he can focus on the future and releasing some more bangers.
Yeah.
We can come up with new dances.
Yeah, we've already come up with a dance for the Keep On Walking song. Where
Yes.
you just continuously do a walk.
Yeah, you just
And-
walk no matter what's in the way. You just keep
So
going
if
forwards.
you're a budding musical artist there and want to get an official chorus dance, we are the two guys to come to.
Oh, you do do have to be very, very good, though. You've got to be at least Reece-mas stats. But yeah, it's been a great week. This is actually our second last week of radio for the year. Hopefully next week we'll have some details on how we're coming back, if we're coming back. I mean, hopefully we are. Actually, you know what? Now that we have Reece-mas on the show, we're definitely
coming back.
Bigger and better.
And what a week of surprises it's been for you, Lewis.
Yes, probably one of the most surprising weeks of my life. Yesterday was a massive surprise, and but I am glad that it's all over. It was kind of stressful.
I'm going to stop you there. It's not all over, Lewis. There is one final Christmas surprise.
What?
It's another theme song. Hit it, Mike. Lewis's surprise Christmas theme song, part 3, to end the trilogy, Revenge of the Song. Yes, that's right, we're back again with another Christmas theme song, one last surprise to end this week, featuring Reece-mas.
Hey there, Lewis, it's Rhys again. Definitely not Radio Mike, because I'm Reece-mas. Nah, that's a joke. We forgot to ask Rhys to do another surprise song.
It's Luke and Radio Mike for another Christmas theme song.
We hope you enjoyed your surprise yesterday at 3:03 p.m.
At 3:03 p.m. 3:03 p.m. 3:03 p.m. It happened at 3:03 p.m. What's that in 24-hour time, Mike?
1,503 minutes, Luke.
And what's that on a sundial? Who cares? It happened at 3:03 p.m. Merry Christmas again, Lewis.
Is it over?
Yes.
Are you sure?
That's the last
Sounds like
surprise.
it ended 3 times. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for all those surprises. Fist Bump Fridays.
It's truly one of the best Fist Bump Fridays ever now.
Absolutely. I mean, we had Reece-mas on the show. We're ending it with Reece-mas.
What a fitting end to what a week of radio.
Absolutely. All right, so thank you very much for listening, guys. Make sure you check out all the videos of Reece's performance and the surprise on the Luke and Lewis Facebook page and everywhere else we are. Thanks for listening. We will see you on Monday.